Hi.
Hello.
Oh, bonjour. Hello, hello, hello. Milo, the man who streams all day and chats with me. Astralis, yeah. Trusto is, moving along, cutting grass. How are you doing? We're live. Oh, a bit earlier. So, nothing really prepared except a few news. I upgraded the V collection this morning before going to work and even managed to install everything before going to work. Ooh, that was fast. And because it was on sale, I grabbed the addictive drums, and I will check this one out because I didn't yet. Just installed it. So yeah, I did make. I had to do track templates for the Arturia stuff. Loading them. I don't even have. I mowed a lot of lawns for years, but not mine. Yeah. So I did make track templates. I even added, because I wanted to add an action to change my metering a bit on the fly without right-clicking, etc. I added some actions here to change the setting. Oh, I have to change my thing here again because it moved again. Let's move it right here. So. And I changed, yesterday I was trying to change the theme, the Reaper tips theme to my liking, and I accidentally not destroyed it, but in the end I didn't like it at all. Recon! Da Vinci Girl. Wilfried! No, he's confusing me. So, yeah. And I changed it back to a normal standard Reaper tips theme. I did just change one thing, is the fonts. Because that's a thing I absolutely don't like with some of the themes. They always look nice, but they always take fonts for some parts of the UI. You can't read it. Daniela is at work, but at the same time, all the accounts are looking. Why not? Confusing the hug monster here. So I just changed all the fonts, and the fonts are all the same. I can read it now, so that's good. I'm gonna leave it like this. No changing colors and etc. And yeah, as I am half blind, this font, I just choose the normal calibrator. Can you show me the simple thing? A simple thing in Reaper. is actually is the simple thing in Reaper. There are simple things, plenty of simple things, like, I don't know, recording stuff. That's a simple thing. But yeah, that's might be a reason why some don't like Reaper, because you install it with the default theme, and yes, you don't have the toolbars. You just have this one, and mine is actually modified, so I add a lot of toolbars, extensions, and all that kind of stuff. But that's the thing you don't find out on the first day. How to put in a MIDI file. Brief setup. I use Reaper on this now only for audio. I do have an action here. Insert MIDI item. I can show you the action here. It's a very simple one. It's the, where is it? This one here. The insert MIDI item. Because because I did set up my regions, and the regions are all 8 bars long. And I made those regions like for a 60-minute track. I actually managed. I put, it was a whole day's work to put those regions up. And what good is, if I double click, for example, if I just be here, I double click, I got an 8-bar selection, and then I just use the action insert MIDI item like this, and bang, I got a MIDI item. Normally, I think the normal way is there's a shortcut. Let me just check something in the actions. Insert MIDI. Yeah, this one doesn't have a shortcut, but there are few actions here. But I think there was the standard shortcut was control. I need to look it up. You might have it in, if you have a standard non-modified Reaper setup with all the standard shortcuts, you might find this one with a shortcut. I think it's control D drag or something like that. I used it in the beginning. Can I send you a MIDI file? You could try, if you have Discord or per email, could use the YouTube email. That might work. Because, yeah, with inserting external MIDI files, I had, Odo had a list of that, because he was making a contest with Weihnachtsmusik. And I tried it because it was a piano part, but it had also other parts. And because when you drag in MIDI files, external ones, except for drums, sometimes you had MIDI files with multiple, but Reaper does recognize, but sometimes it can be a bit quirky. That's why I most of the time don't use it, just except for the drums. But That's why I just used the there was a way. I think you do this. No. Because normally you should also, you could, in the mouse modifiers, maybe, but that's a thing that discourage a lot of Reaper users with all the options that you can change, because in other DAWs you do have a lot of options, like shortcuts that you can change to your liking. No, you could do it in Bitwig and plenty of others if you are used to certain workflow with shortcuts. But some other programs might limit you to a very standard way of workflow in the arrange view and stuff like that. And Reaper does go way, way beyond that, because just the mouse modifiers, like if you are on track, you got even 3 different options here. You can modify anything. Everything can be modified to your liking. And sometimes you modify things and you keep forgetting. So yeah, you could use, normally you should use, see on my channel the email address. It's a Gmail thing that should work. So I know that, for example, Reason and Bitwig, you can, I think it's a default. I think with Bitwig, if you double click on an instrument track in the arrange view, it adds an item where you can put in notes. I think it's double click, and then you can change the length and stuff in the editor, I think. But Reaper works a bit differently. So that's about it. Oops. I'm getting rid of this selection. So I also wanted to actually make a trap, already make a trap template for the addictive drums here. So let's do that already. Might take a while. Yes. No. So I got this. And let's close it. Right? This. 16 tracks. Where's my... I think I lost my... That... No? I'm going to change my colors here to drum-like. Or maybe like this. And also do this. And change it to my drums. Addictive drums. XLN. So this is made. Here, let's explore the thing here. I will check my email. Let's cook. Let's see. Yep. I did get a MIDI file. So that's working. Even scanned for viruses. So that's downloaded. Let's check my folders here. Oops. Let's go into downloads. Let's keep that closed. And normally, if I drag that in, it should recognize something. It's a multi-track apparently. Okay, so that's working. Not me. So that's Crazy Rabbit. Whee! Just jazz standard and a solo. I could check my Normally, yeah, because it's a multi-file. I'm not sure if it's gonna work because the Media Explorer I didn't know that in Reaper, if you have a drum or any kind of MIDI file in the Media Explorer, and you have your track activated on record, you can pre-listen like an audio file. How you did? Well, let's see. Just delete it. I have it open in my downloads folder here in my, let's close this a bit smaller so you see it. I have it in my download folder and I'm just dragging into a new track, maybe at the beginning, and then this shows up. Normally it's here, and he recognizes that it's a multi-layered MIDI file, because you could send, for example, if you have like, I don't know, Contact, and you got a whole orchestral thing with different MIDI layers and channels, and you just drag it over. You can do it and convert to hip hop and everything called data 48 public domain. Yeah. The thing is, you might, if you drag it like that, and I'm going to the drums could be used. I'm going to actually get them out of recording. I could actually test the drums if I drag them. Let's see. Oops. Up there. To where the plugin is. It's a very long one. 2 minutes. Okay. Turn. So this should actually work. Let's see my. It does send MIDI. Okay, but I have nothing loaded. So yeah, it's the first time I open that place and plugin thing is okay. Yeah, I never actually worked with a lot of imported. I had when I bought the bass plugin from Tone, there was some MIDI files included. I actually had found other free available MIDI files, and even for a few dollars I bought at Gumroad somewhere drum MIDI files. But the problem was the naming of the folders, so you had no clue what style it was. Was it rock, pop, hip hop, whatever? So you had to actually check in the Media Explorer, load your drum plugins, and go through different MIDI files. The problem was there was a lot of things mostly made for drum machines. It was programmed for like using an 808 or something like that. And I played around with a bit with the MIDI files. It sounded on normal drums, acoustic drums, it sounded horrible. Absolutely horrible. I could use because when I bought the plugin, because the sale was not just for the plugin itself, you could choose 3 kits and 3 MIDI programs plus some of these things. So I choose just, let's take some jazzy things. So I could actually use the Modern Soul kit. And let's see if it's actually working. No? Let's sync. Oh, nothing going on. Let's see. Because that's the internal MIDI stuff. Kit. I'm not sure if it's working actually with this. I never played it, so I have no clue if it actually plays the MIDI file or how to do it. Because it looks like it doesn't play anything, yeah? I changed my MIDI thing. Let's test it. Still works correct. Nice poop. Still work. Bye-bye. 100 BPM. I guess 100. Could change it. So that's adapted. Let's just change the kit. I don't think it's working. I think addictive DOMs actually just can edit fax beats. MIDI files. Would need to actually test it with a different drum machine. Could actually, let's see. Could actually get rid of the things here. Let's not use it. Just gonna test. Or maybe with the one shot. Maybe with the one shots. Because this one, actually I know how it works. And we need to load Soul. Because this one actually works directly with MIDI. Let's mute. That works. That actually works. So we just play it here. I might. I'm going. I think that sounds better. Way better. DL. Have you started using the mix in it yet? Wilfried is confusing me because he wanted me to try some MIDI stuff here. And I was trying to, the MIDI file got me here, to use it in the addictive drums, but that didn't seem to... I need to watch a video about it. So, where's so much is the hi-hat? Let me get closer here. It actually sounds pretty cool. But there is... Where did I see them? There. I see these notes here. Oh, these are the crashes. Let's see if I play them from here. That actually did work. So when I... Oops. Let's start from the beginning. Get rid of the loop here. There's some tempo change here. Ah, I see. There's some tempo change. So let's see. So it's all good. Now it's working. Put something in the melody. John. Oh. Did get rid of. I need to get back on the thing again. So the thing is, I don't really. I need to maybe. I'm not sure how that would work if I. Some more downloads. MIDI. No. I'm not sure if it's possible to preview it. Yeah, it previews the whole file, but there's a lot of MIDI notes. Oh my god. We need to select. That's what I don't like with these kind of. I know there are plenty of people, even on Mike's Discord, dragging, importing, or exporting MIDI. I do work with MIDI, but I actually don't like multiple, because that one is more confusing myself. Why I mostly just use drums, and those I have are actually pretty bad. So, but what I don't get is, let's put, I think, the drums on mute here. Sorry. I think I found something. Beat transformer. There's you. And then. There it is. But can you edit? No. Record. Mark first, beat in host DAW. Drag and drop. That works, but I can't. Friends. I can't edit. Wait. That's the velocity. The range, so velocity, random, yeah, but it has no built-in sequencer, I would say. So fast with the sticks, you don't even see the hands move. You wish. You wish. Yeah, I'm pretty bad. In some way, because someone actually recommended to get the one from Steinberg, and I was a bit hesitating. Yes, the one from Steinberg, even the kits they have and stuff. From the price point, Addictive Drums and the one from Steinberg were the same price. The add-ons were pretty much also the same price range. But I am actually pretty bad, especially with live drums. With a drum machine that sounds more, electronic, then I want a built-in sequencer, stuff like that. I can work with it. But I think I kind of like that it's a built-in beat, and I just can change a bit of the settings, but I don't have to actually put in the MIDI notes. So that's already why I actually did choose this one. This one he can play with a real guitar. Yeah, would need to actually, can I actually select? No, the problem is I can only drag and then separate again. That's pretty complicated. It's such a MIDI file. So I know the Addictive Drums doesn't accept external MIDI notes. The one shot does, that works. So I need to drag it out again. Yet again. Expand, no. So the bass, put it out of record here. All of them. But there's no piano here. Melody. I don't have a string plugin anyway. You could only use the bass. Do you have the... Let's go into my developers here. Okay, hey, Ika. No. Let's try the model here. See if it's working. I'm not sure. Carbon vibes. Ooh. So let's see. Hope it's working. Not sure. Not really. It's not working. Why is it not working? It's not working. I don't know why, but it's not working. It sends MIDI notes, but I might need to change because it's very low. Might need to change the whole fucking thing to way much higher. Because they're on the wrong place. Let's see. I could, they're still selected. I'll change it to C1. Doesn't play the C1, why? Damn thing. It only starts. I need to, because Control A doesn't fucking work. Doesn't play this one. Yeah, it's totally off. It's always put the damn fucking MIDI note here. I'm not sure if I'm actually on the right notes. I'm not even sure about that. So that works. Kind of sound good. I don't know. So, I don't have a strings melody. You would need to maybe put which notes are these? Yeah, that's a bit of a downside when they actually use, because that it happened when I used the one from Odo. It was an open source, was an Xmas song, Christmas song, and I tried to work with it, but it was multi-layered, and I was totally lost. Melody, please. Let's see. Let's see, what could I... Let's see. Did I make a... I think I did. Eddie Böse, Lazy Money. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out something. I'm not familiar totally with it, and I'm starting to dislike it. Can be a synth. Because the piano sounds horrible. Absolutely horrible. Totally horrible. Milo stream Muzz. You like the drums? Yeah, actually, I do like the drums. The rest I don't. It kind of remembers me of something. We see so. No, not this one. Yeah. Speed of 135. Yeah, it's definitely not my music. It's totally not my music. Well, it sounds if you're into this, but it sounds a bit off to me. Maybe that's the downside of importing. If you don't have the, like we say, the drums, that's okay. Let's find out pretty soon what suits and what not. But now with the instruments, where is the solo? Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like it at all. So it's cheesy. It's for my kind of. The drums, okay. The bass, kind of. But I think the bass is kind of, I don't know, it sounds off. Because I must say, I do have modal bass, but I can't say that I actually like it. Because no matter what you choose, it sounds synthetic. The motor drums is okay, but if I would do actually this kind of music programming with lots of complicated, even recording live, I can't do that. I can't play notes. So yeah, but yeah, doing like even creating something from MIDI notes, importing and stuff, I would actually invest either in contact or ample sound. But the thing is, with ample sounds, you don't need MIDI notes, but because it almost works like the addictive drums, you get everything in it. And then you can, because it has an integrated MIDI editor, you don't even need your DAW. And I've seen the presets on their YouTube channel. I say, wow. And the basses, the guitars, and they have what they have. Yeah, they're not cheap. Almost 200 per plugin. But damn, they sound good. They have really complex, for these kind of instruments, if you're using plugins, very complex MIDI editor capabilities that I even can't comprehend, because there are some things in Reaper, but it's still because I know some people who work in these kind of more traditional instrument stuff. They say Reaper lacks like compared to Cubase. It is, some things are possible, but it's a lot of tedious work, and I'm very lazy. I like to really do something simple, because programming articulations and velocities, and the trick is that you change it. That's really need to edit the bass, drums, and rhythm. Yeah, it's the drums I would use, but the rest, not so much. I don't. It doesn't pleases me. It sounds, and the bass maybe a bit, but not really. Maybe if you, because I wanted to test this, if I, where did I put that, the bus? If I add something like very, very small, it's just a hip-hop dance rhythm to the bass. Yeah, but even hip-hop, the drums totally don't sound like hip-hop. It's more like we call it old cool. If you slow it down to trip-hop, maybe, I don't know. I can make actually the bass sound better. 20,000 bass drums. Yeah, because I know that there are sites where you can grab all this. Because Live Life, for example, let's get rid of on the where are my drums here? On the one shot, if I would actually normally if I go into my media explorer, go into that folder. Normally it should no. I'm not sure if I displace it. These are the drums I bought for a few bucks at Gumroads. There's a huge load of files. The problem is I have no clue what style they're in. This world needs a hero. We need one. He just woke up. And now Davy's day is almost over and you just woke up. The other side of the pond. Yeah, I can't preview. I would need to go into each file and see, okay, what would suit. I think the most things actually sound better with a drum machine instead of a realistic drum. Yeah, most of it sounds absolutely horrible. So, okay, let's get rid of all that. Because wanted to explore my stuff here. So I found out, audio recorder. Open external MIDI folder. You can. That's where. So you could import external MIDI files. Let's see. Just to test, I am on that folder, the ABBA thing on the, that's the 02, and I'm just going to copy, paste, okay. So it's in there. And then what? External MIDI. I don't see it popping up. It is there, but it doesn't. Doesn't show up. Why doesn't it? If I use this here, does it play that? Kind of. I think it does. I think it does. But why does it paste media file text? Paste for choose refresh in the help button. Let's see. Where was that? Refresh. Refresh 14. Reset. Don't see any. In the and choose refresh media the help button. Help button menu. Do you see any help button menu here? Following status, refresh, open user folder, tutorials. I don't see any help button menu. Beats, explore, kit, edit, effects, external help, snapshots, reset. Where is that help button menu? Don't see one. Maybe it is. I don't know. Ah, there it is. Aha. It works. I found out how I could use external. Oh, that's interesting. So instead of just dragging that stuff. This one actually, instead of this crap, this one, I'm going to change to 90. I use this one. Okay. Let's go. Okay, change it again. Now we're slowly getting there. We're slowly getting there. We're slowly getting there. Okay, I found this out. Okay. I could actually duplicate it. So let's glue this. The thing is, I'm not sure if it actually really. Let's see. Change the drum modes. Let's see. Kind of. Are you gonna be an old man yelling at the kids manager next door to keep down all the racket? Or could be. Well, who knows? Yeah. Maybe if they play drums. They keep the racket. You might. Oh no. I think we all do. The thing is, with generations. We all know. We all were kids and teenagers, and we all had our experiences, our music, a bunch of friends. Stay off my lawn. Glad I don't have one. But yeah, sometimes I'm 54, and sometimes I see the kids out there. And sometimes I'm watching them how they act. They are in a imagine there's a the really young ones. There's a 40 years difference, and that's actually even when you think about it, 40 years isn't that kind of long. Well, it's can be half of your life, but in these 40 years, there's so much that had changed. That's why when sometimes people say, when I was a kid and a teenager, computers just, it was especially in our country, it was a theme from sci-fi movies like War Games, Tron, like those typical 80s. We had no clue about computers. The first time I seen video games was in a Luna Park or at the yearly fair. We didn't even have Pong at home. We had no video games, nothing like that. My first computer, I was almost 30 years old when I finally got my first computer, and I played Diablo 2. Can you imagine that? That's 30 years ago. But when watching the kids, it's, oh my goodness, you they even have that. They have their own language, the way of, like, I'm not sure if you've seen that British show with the young kids who killed a girl. It's an English series on Netflix, and and they explained how they communicate with smartphones and emojis and stuff. It's a totally other world. They have their own codes. They have their own behaviors, and even I can't imagine with parents. That's why some might. It depends on also the age of the parents. If they're maybe a bit younger when they get kids, depends a bit. But still, it's always a generational thing. And the same with music. I don't like the music my mom likes. My mom says, "Yeah, you're making noise. It's noisy. They can't sing. They just scream." And she's like, she's approaching 80. I'm 54. A friend of mine, his mom is 90, and he's in his 60s. Those differences, but especially when the difference gets bigger. I had a good example. I had a friend of mine in school, a girl. She was at our age, like 12, 13, something like that, the last years of school. And her parents, the first time I saw her parents, I go, wow, they're old. They're like, are they your grandparents? Or something was off, because she had two brothers, and those two brothers, they were already the late 20s. There was a huge gap. Her mom really got her at the end of the possible way to get kids. there was a huge gap, like 15 years, between her and the brothers and the parents, and it was a huge age gap. And her parents were quite conservative, and she was more, she was like we all 80s kids, and she was more, and that was kind of already something troublesome at home between her and the parents. I have actually no clue what happened to her after we got into high school, stuff like that. As teenagers, totally lost contact. But the age gap was, even with her brothers, as they were working already, I think, don't even know what, but I clearly remember they were also quite conservative, very like costume, tie, and very strange, very odd, and adolescence. So that actually works, but I'm not sure if that MIDI file actually would suit. I mean, let's explore that plugin a bit more. So this works. What time is it? Oh, alright. Let's take a short break, and I'll be right. Talking too much. I'll be right back. Whee. Ding, 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 ding. Back. There's the packs that you can actually buy. Interesting. As an 80s kid, my parents would throw me outside and say, go play with Explore the Desert. I'll play with electricity. It didn't have TV until I was 9. Yeah, I had, oh my goodness, when I remember, we had one TV at that age in the 70s, and I can't remember quite when I got my first. I think I had, like, in the age of 11, 12 around, I got my first personal TV, because before that, I watched either TV with my parents. My parents didn't really, my mom a bit, but my dad was always way too tired after work, so he didn't really watch a lot of TV in the evening. So most of the time, I clearly remember watching TV by myself when I had the time. I watched all kind of stuff. Even the most crazy experience I had watching in 84 or something like that, I think, was the first time Iron Maiden played with Bruce Dickinson, just after Number of the Beast. The Rock Palast had a show on Saturday evening where they had a metal festival, and they showed it on TV. It was Judas Priest, Maiden, and plenty of others. And I was watching that at home all by myself. I think parents were either away or in bed, or can't clearly remember. But the first time I seen metal bands on TV was, wow. Oh, Hensgrave. So that was pretty cool. But then I got my first personal TV, and I watched, was a very tiny one. And then slowly adding VHS and going to the video club and taking out horror movies and watching horror movies with my friend, watching the first time Alien on VHS. Crazy time. So that's the preview packs. Interesting. I'll play these. It's actually pretty cool that you can even preview those sound packs that you can get from XLN. That's actually pretty cool. Like this. Like a balance skill. And they do sound good. That's pretty cool. I send you mail how it should sound rendered. Oh, we're gonna check that. So that's the preview. Let's check my stuff I got. Maybe on the beep, we can't sort it. I'm on 90. Let's see. Something around. And there's a more complex stuff. Interesting. Modern soul. Oh, that's fast. Okay, and that what is this? Kit with slots reassign. Ah, that's okay. And that's the kit. And where do I actually add the outputs? Explore kit, edit effects, beats, master, free, post. Ah, there it is. Ah. Separate all. Free fader master, post, alt channel, out, free fader. Post fader. Now. Wait! Recently downloaded Addictive, forgot about the download that came with my Focusrite solo. So AD is new to me. I saw that you actually joined the right stream. It's I bought it today, and I'm slowly figuring it out because I had addictive keys with the SSL. Because actually SSL did get me quite a lot of free stuff, and it was just a basic program. I might even check because with the addictive keys, might check the excellent. So products, addictive keys, because they do have, like 1, 2, 3, 4 different pianos with the addictive keys. I need to find out which one I actually have. Not cheap. 89 Studio Grand. I do have the Studio Grand. It actually, the site recognizes which one I have and which one I don't. So I have the Studio Grand that I did get with my SSL, and I would need to add the others. They are all 89. I know the drums are there's a rent to own on live. Oh, what's that? So addictive drums ad packs. But I got, that's interesting. It actually shows me what I already have. So I chose the soul, vintage dry, and session percussion. And there's quite a few, but there might be some stuff like United hard-hitting drums for heavy music. If you're doing industrial, maybe, I don't know. But yeah, there's 79. And sometimes I do know that sometimes there is a sale on it, so we'll keep an eye on it. Got the same studio ground with I think with Focusrite. Yeah, it's the crazy rabbits for the MPC. Time for me to. Oh, you're gonna order it. I'm not sure. Did you actually, because Viral Beats made a. He had some. It's not really the MPC problem. He had some problems with some add-ons. The Akai selling with the latest plugin that didn't work, and something was destroyed again, and support problems. They actually fixed it and it didn't respond, or something like that. So it keeps me hesitating because I have on my Toman list, I did put the MPC one, but I did also put the Korg Chaos Replay, and it does cost $40 more, but it has pads and stuff, and you canceled your order. Yeah, in music and Akai, I hear a lot of people complaining about it, so I'm a bit hesitant on actually. I'm not a huge fan of most of their software because there was stuff happening at my end with Air plugins, and I do have the MPC Beats installed. I might even uninstalling it again because I don't use it because it's just a simple one. MPC one has also, I'm using the older software too, and I had it for years. Haven't had a problem. Yeah, it's I don't know. Since they changed a lot of things at In Music and all the brands under In Music, it's a bit confusing what really is going on, because there was, I think there was a deal or something for free, some multi-filter plugin from Air, and I grabbed that one because someone said they changed the way it's installed, because I had huge problems with iLok when I installed some of the Air plugins that destroyed my computer totally, my Windows. So I was totally hesitating at buying any plugins from Air, that brand. And with the filter, it actually worked, but in the end, even, it was free. But yeah, I have even the filter from the guys from the Shaper Box is better than that one. I don't know. I know that I know someone who actually has quite a few instruments from Air. That's, some is good and some, nah. The next step is to put it as a product to Reaper. That's your plan, yeah. This one is, you got the Vintage Dead. Yeah, I almost did choose that one and said, let's use the, how much cost the drums? The Addictive drums is at the normal price at XLN is, it's 159, and it was 89 at Plugin Boutique, the bundle, and you could choose 3 drum packs. What was it? I see it pressed out, Cubase running stops Yeah, and I had a choice, either get the one from Steinberg and I kind of, since I got the addictive keys, and the UI was pleasing to me with the keys. And I said, I did put it in my list at Plugin Boutique, and suddenly they had a sale. I said, instead of using the Steinberg, I could just use this one. It's too much expensive for now. Yeah, it's yeah. I know that you don't buy anything at Plugin Boutique, so you have to maybe. I know that XLN makes sales. They even have a flash sale, 40% off for XO and the expansions. So it's always good to check the site, or even grab the newsletter to be sure, to check what is on sale, because sometimes they have a sale for the live plugin, and the plugins ain't cheap. But actually, I must say they look good and they sound good. Can't complain. So had an update, got Vintage Dead, RC20 and Live. Oh yeah, I tested. I did download Live, and I almost liked it, because I did see videos about it, and I was hesitating. I just installed a demo, and what I don't really like about it is the fact when you upload or you record samples on your own. Like, I know they have an app where you can actually record on your phone and stuff and transfer that into the Live plugin. But I'm waiting to hear the new album, The Rise of the Hogmas. I do got a few songs already, so might come soon. I already got a part 1 out. But it's not the rise, it's more the dawn of the yeah. Yeah, and when you compare the prices of those two, and because I had my eye on the Easy series from that other company who makes Easy Drummer and Easy Keys and stuff, that one is even more expensive. It's a bit more sophisticated too, but it's like double the price. So yeah, it has more MIDI editor options and stuff like that. Well, yeah, it's like over $300. So for someone who doesn't really use that much of a live drum sound, I could have stayed with M Drummer, but what I don't like with M Drummer, it's a bit odd to, yeah, it has built-in notes and stuff that you can change, but I don't like the editor. It's confusing how they built the sequence on it, and because you can build a song in the plugin itself, like phrases and like breaks and stuff like that. And I tried to figure out how it works, but maybe come a time I never will get into it. But could have a music video walking through the city in animation lounge, the stave of Marshmallow. Yeah, I found an AI site that can make for a really kind of decent price, AI videos for Markov from text and prompts and images. And I did test one free run, and the result was quite pleasing. Yeah, but to actually use it, you need a subscription. I would choose the lowest price for the stuff, but that would be an interesting thing to use for making videos. So I could actually use a prompt like say Marshmallow Man. But I do get how the mixer works. Okay, you got the names. So that is the overheads. Where does that come out? That goes to the master. Okay. There's nothing on the room. So the effects are actually going to the master. Okay. And this is what? This is the volume. I think it's adjust sound effects 1 and 2 levels. Okay. So that is per track, but you need to activate. Okay. And you got delay, and it's pretty basic. Yeah, okay. What do you can't say I don't have the effect goes to the master. Gil. Yes. I'm looking at the Keylab MK3. I know I did test it. It works. My Keylab Essential, the DAW mode, actually, because it doesn't work in Reaper, but it does the DAW mode that works in Bitwig and Reason. And this one is the old one. It's the Keylab Essential 49. I think it was MK2. I think it's the old model. And I'm actually have the MK3, the more expensive model, in my Thomann list. It's like over $400. And I would think if this one works with Reason, even I tested all the commands, the transport, the looping, the record and play. What I try to test that really might need to set up in the DAW, like the punch in and the saving. That's not 100% sure. Reason is for something that works for whatever reason doesn't have its own endorsed controller. You kind of what are you able to control with it? I can't control Reaper. I could set up a profile, because you can have like 6 user profiles. For that, I have to go into the MIDI editor from Arturia. The downside is you can't edit the DAW control command center. That doesn't work. It's grayed out for the user profiles. It does send MIDI, And that's what I kind of find a bit strange. It does send MIDI messages, but in the MIDI editor from Arturia, the commands are grayed out. You can't assign, like, would make a profile specifically for Reaper, but these buttons I can't assign, like the play, record, and stuff. That doesn't work. And that kind of downside. I know that the MK3, the newer models, have some profiles included. And I did see a post where someone actually was asking, is there a Reaper profile in it? And they said, no, but we're working on it. But otherwise, yes, I can, of course, control the plugins or Analog Lab. That's why it's built for, like with the knobs here. That is built in. And I can even, that's part, the faders, that's for the macros. And they even have channels assigned. So that works. But adapting, that's the downside of many MIDI controllers. Adapting, especially if the software is a bit of... because some people actually do take the time. Like I did see Luke Synthseeker making configurations, because you can edit, like in the Launchpad, do your own kind of thing that it sends out MIDI changes to the push. I could do that, but the problem, my MIDI setup is very limited for now. So I'm a bit limited in sending and receiving MIDI messages, kind of like that. Because I only have the microfreak connected to my interface at the moment, so I can send MIDI notes to the microfreak and record the audio. MIDI control software for my controller. Don't have the time to mess with it. Yeah, it's a lot of work to actually set those things up. Because when I did edit the Behringer X1, the Mini Touch, to make a profile so that I can at least control the track faders, some of the buttons, and of course the DAW control, like recording, play, and stuff like that, and pausing. That actually I could figure it out, but it has the downside. The MIDI editor is a bit limited. It only sends channel 11. So you have to really put it in Reaper, said, okay, this controller, the X-Touch, is only sending channel 11 out to control the DAW, and I have to adapt it to the certain MIDI CC messages, and I had to check the action menu. It was kind of tedious work, and sometimes the only downside were the knobs. The knobs are, like, for example, the Arturia ones, they are infinite kind of thing. And I couldn't figure out how to program the knobs on the X-Touch. So, for example, controlling the panning on a track, or the volume, something like that, or even making recording automation on a plugin, for example. And so that is a lot of tedious work, and I'm not patient enough to actually make those kind of programming stuff. I could, because I could actually make my own profiles in the in the launcher here from Novation, but I mostly just use the MIDI, the note mode, where you could change the root nodes and the scales, and then record what you're playing. That is kind of why I did actually buy it. But you can set up your own profiles. Their MIDI editor is a bit more advanced because it is a bit limited, because it's actually built for like most of the time it's built for Ableton Live. It kind of works with Bitwig, but they didn't really include specific profiles for any other DAW than Ableton Live. So because there are modes like fader modes and stuff like that, and even if you have the more expensive model, it has buttons to record and stuff like that, and do even more things, but it's built for Ableton Live. So if you use it in another DAW, let's get into programming that damn thing, making your own specific profiles with which channel I use, what command do I use, what button do I assign this, and I don't want to spend time like that right now. I have so much important. Yeah, it's and me neither, because there are people like using the built-in. There's a script like relearn, where you actually can, if you like a live performer or using a lot of MIDI controls. I know, for example, Venus Theory uses Reaper, and he has a lot of MIDI controls like faders. There's a certain brand who makes these fader controllers to program expressions in instruments, like when you're playing certain string instruments, that you can program the faders how you play, that it sounds more realistic. But I can't imagine that he sat down for hours programming all this in Reaper and the MIDI editors and whatever. Ableton does have a nice clip player, so AK was the first start to have a clip player. Yeah, it's the clip launcher function is something that comes up more and more. That Studio One has one. Even Cubase are going into that direction. Who else? Yeah, even Reaper has an external script now with clip launching possibilities. Everybody tries to grab the attention of live performers, to grab maybe to get the attention of Ableton Live users, to go, oh, we can do this too, but maybe better, or something like that. Maybe trying to get the attention of future customers. And live performers are a different kind of like people who just fiddle around in a home studio recording, or even programming MIDI and stuff like that. It's a different breed. And instead you have like those real live performers who even make electronic music. Most of these guys either use Ableton Live, or maybe sometimes Bitwig. I seriously doubt that they're using anything else, specifically Ableton Live, because they program their setup, what is playing what, and then they perform. It's like a kind of a playback. So I have Studio One. Let's make switch from reasons to something else. Your copy of Reason takes 45 minutes to load. Oh, that's kind of odd. Mine actually loads, but I'm on Reason Plus. It's kind of odd that it takes so long. So it's kind of weird. I know Reaper loads fast. One of the fastest I've seen. Bitweek kind of is fast, but the downside is, depending on how you set up it always scans for new stuff, and it takes a while. Renoise is even worse because it directly scans if you have installed new plugins and so, and that takes a lot of time, depending on how much you use it, maybe. So, but 45 minutes, that's a long time. So, could we use that? The only downside is that, yeah, you find a groove, but then you would need to maybe, you could, let's see, drag current MIDI file, drag and top. So let's try this. So I got this one. It kind of works like other drum machines I have. So if I drag this one here, okay. And if I choose another beat, if I do, so that is another solution. If a studio opens fast, studio one opens fast, does the plugin scan Reason is screwing me over? But there isn't any. I know, for example, when they had, because when I first tried Reason, it was on Reason 12, and I did try the Reason Plus. It had some software installed that checked your license. Maybe that's the problem. I know. Maybe that's the problem. Because it run in the background. Well, at least on my system, I never had any big problems with it. So it's kind of, I don't know. Yeah, me finger drumming. I use the Reason subscription. It takes about 20 seconds on first start. It scans for your template. Yeah, me too. My template is just, I made a template for the stream so that my, like the Blue Cat connector is in it, and that's pretty much it. And yeah, that one actually it's kind of strange that yours is taking so long to load. You bought the full program, 450. No, those things, yeah. Yeah, some don't like the subscription, but yeah, but might need to maybe ask their support why yours is taking so long to load, because since they introduced the VST support, at least on my end, didn't have any big problems. What did you say about the Blue Cat connector? Yeah, I use this one. Bing. Where is it? Let's open it. This one. Otherwise, you wouldn't hear my music. And some people use the RIA plug version of the streaming VST, the RIA stream or something like that. But I actually grabbed this one. It's the paid version. There is a free version. So if you're interested, check the Blue Cat site on the free tab, because there's a range of free plugins. There is a reduced version of Blue Cat connector, who I think it only uses local hosts on, so it sends your DAW audio, for example, into OBS, because with my version I can send between applications. Funky Bassman, he's the free version of Cakewalk, works for me. Yeah, because if you just use the connector for like streaming in OBS, the free version pretty fine, because I, for example, can use the paid version. I can send, for example, multiple DAWs. I could send MIDI or audio. For example, I could even set up profiles from different tracks, or the master can send audio on MIDI to Reason, to Bitwig, a multiple DAW setup kind of thing, like Omni Cohen does it with Bitwig and VCV and stuff like that, to make his kind of setup, because he sends even every track, separate track, into Reaper to record the audio for his session. You appreciate Cakewalk, but you probably don't appreciate Sonar. Eddie, bonjour. And yeah, with the paid version, I can send to the application on my PC, or if I would have like a recording studio, I could send my MIDI and audio onto the network. You like Sonar? Yeah. It's still kind of stayed an underdog, even now it's has been published. And I was kind of interested. I actually played around with Cakewalk a bit, and I said, well, I do have others, so I don't need too many more. So, and I can't say investing in Sonar, but actually, the new one, I think is the new one. I even have a channel specifically who does tutorials on. He did even make videos before it actually came out. Oh yeah. So that works. That's good. So my MIDI does work. Whoops. You should do that. So if I do this, let's duplicate that one. And let's see how it sounds actually. If I do on the kit. Might actually need to find out if I can find it goes up to almost up to C5. Oh my goodness. Oh. So I got my, oops, got my into MIDI mode here. I will change the velocity a bit. So let's see. Oops. And this is a bit too loud. A bit more. Yeah, they even built in realism with different velocities. That's interesting. And I need to change something. Let's see. I will test my script that I loaded. So that's the default. Might need to. Let's already put some limiters, and I wanted to test the toucan because I do like this one. That's good. Old Sonar. Haven't tried a new one. Actually, I haven't actually checked. It's still on the same site. Cakewalk Sonar. Now available through BandLab membership. High performance engine. I always liked how it looked. I even had, for a while, I had a theme in Reaper that actually looked like Cakewalk. Limited time offer, get Cakewalk Sauna next for 99. Yeah, that is actually... I don't see any... It almost looks like a subscription. Because I can't see any pricing here. Sauna... I don't see any pricing. Even as ARA support. But, yeah, I don't see any... Yeah, it's subscription-based. Because they talked about getting it with a one-time payment, but actually it's now changed. Because there's a question here, frequently asked questions. Will Cakewalk Sauna be offered via one-time purchase or perpetual license? And it says, at this time, Cakewalk Next and Cakewalk Sauna are available exclusively through Band Lab membership. So they combine the whole thing. So maybe to satisfy the old Cakewalk users, I don't know. But I'm not sure if they... Because they will be using that thing for years for free, and suddenly it's everything will be subscription-based soon, unless we say no now. Biscuit, how are you doing? Yeah, subscription. The thing is, I don't really have a problem with subscription. The problem is not be careful enough how much you subscribe. Hookup so is $599. That's a doll like that in Cubase. Yeah, it's like most of them. But the downside is there might be people like, oh, I want to test this. Oh, I could test that. Oh, I could subscribe this. And in the end, they end up like 20 different subscriptions. Like, there is the possibility, like, choosing Cakewalk, choose UVI. You could even use the pretty useless Native Instrument subscription. You could subscribe to Reason. You could subscribe to Loop Cloud. You could subscribe to Splice. You could subscribe. You could actually subscribe to that beat thing from Plugin Boutique. You could subscribe to Plugin Alliance. You could subscribe. In the end, you keep on adding them, and in the end, by the end of the month, the bill comes and you go, oh shit, I have to pay like $600 a month. Oh, oops, ouch. Yeah, that's a bit of the downside if you don't pay attention what you subscribe. Because yes, I have Loop Cloud. I added the Reason subscription. I have the UVI Sonic Pass. Yeah, that's pretty much it. These three. I do pay the rent to own on Kilohertz and Minimal Audio. So that's 5. Okay. The Melda Complete Bundle is a rent to own. That's already 6. So that's everything included. That's almost $200 a month. Just, yeah, the Complete Bundle from Melda will be paid next year. So that's already off. But yeah. for the company, it is a good business model. It's a constant cash flow. And that's why most of them choose it. Because, yeah, you could subscribe. We forgot you could subscribe to Waves. They have a subscription service. So, yeah, there is always, and we talked about it, if you have the choice to either subscribe or pay once, like SSL has a subscription now, which include Slate Digital in one price. So, yeah, and there's even more and more coming, so we have to choose, okay, just this, and I don't count kilohertz as subscription as you get. Yeah, the same goes for minimal audio. And minimal audio actually gets you the whole price. You pay a bit more than kilohertz. So like kilohertz, it's nine euros. Minimal audio pay 5 more, like $14. But there with minimal, because kilohertz gives you per 12 months $100 voucher that you can use to buy some perpetual license or some of the preset packs or whatever. Same goes for minimal audio, and I actually use that quite a lot. And there is East West has a subscription for the orchestral stuff. So maybe subscribe. There is even I used an online backup service as a subscription per month to make cloud backups. It's kind of the downside is, Biscuit, like the way, for example, Adobe made it, because many, especially in the music business, you still get the option to actually choose subscribe or not to. Most of them. Some tried, like Waves, backfired. Minimal audio backfired totally. So in the audio business, there's still people saying, no, I want actually buy the stuff or not to buy. Huh? But Adobe made it differently. Adobe said, yes, you want to use our software, subscribe. You can't buy it. Nope. Sorry. It's subscribe or not to subscribe. And many people actually did not like that. They actually switched right when CC subscription came for Adobe programs. They said, I will look for alternative, like Affinity, or even using totally different software. And it's, sorry, but even in the 3D, the professional thing, they trying, I think Max even has a subscription now. I'm not sure about Cinema 4D, but yeah, it's... I'm even a musician, evil capitals, we say. Yeah, it's... But the thing is, with Adobe, yes, most of the people, they had the option for the photography people who said, you can get Lightroom and Photoshop, like for $11 or something like that. They probably, the price went up, I don't know. But, or you could choose, okay, I want the whole package, and they keep on adding new stuff and changing things, and now with the AI and kind of thing, that's already very expensive subscription. Yes, but most of these people actually doing the design stuff, they actually just either use Photoshop, powerful program, and Lightroom. They don't need the rest. But now they came with the AI stuff, and there weren't people who weren't, because apparently they were screwing people over with the rights of the images they've been using. There are some people actually promoting the AI stuff of Adobe, but many actually said, no, that goes way too far ahead. I will cancel everything. The problem is you cancel, it's a subscription. Your work is gone. You can't use it. You can't use it offline. So if you're in a media business, well, it's always workable. What if you're not a company? It's hard to sustain. I had it for a while. And I was using like 2 programs of the whole package back then, and when they actually offered, okay, you can downsize and just use Photoshop and Lightroom, that's it. Okay, it's time to downgrade, because I personally, I don't have a need to. Back then it was still Flash Designer. You could use the web designer. You could Adobe Audition, Premiere Pro, and After Effects and whatever. I didn't. Most of it, I never used it. So, vampires in suits. Oh, I know exactly what kind of people you're talking about. And when you see, like, I know that Projector ranted over because he's using Adobe Premiere, and yes, he has to subscribe. And the problem is with Adobe, if you just choose one app, like I could use a Premiere or After Effects or whatever they have, the price goes up. So it's either, okay, I could actually pay like 60 or 80 bucks for the whole package, but still not using the whole thing, or pay like 20 bucks for just one every month to just use it. But and he said, if I switch, I had to pay again for like DaVinci Resolve. That's like 300 bucks. The Albanian Syndicate. Hello. So it's why so many people are using other options and find a resolve. It's good that you have options. The downside is comparing like Adobe After Effects. There is nothing like it. Yes, DaVinci Resolve has, if you have the professional version, has quite a lot of things built in, but I wouldn't compare it to the monster After Effects is. I've seen people using After Effects doing stuff in video editors. Wow, that is some crazy. And there is no alternative to After Effects. I searched, I don't know how many times I searched to get an alternative, but DaVinci Resolve doesn't touch it. It doesn't come close. There is no. The affinity programs are kind of, and I would actually like that the company Affinity, that has been bought up by Canvas, but they don't have a video editor. I don't know why. They could do some, because I do use the 3 programs, mostly the photo thing, but they don't have a video editor. They don't have anything similar to After Effects or whatever. So yeah. It's not the golden egg as they used to be. It's much better than After Effects. Yeah, it's not. That's the sad thing, especially in this kind of domain. I know that Blender has kind of, when you go into it has, but learning it, oh my goodness, learning Blender to do the same things as in After Effects, it is possible, but you spend like years learning it. It's so that it is with the node effects and all this kind of stuff. It is possible. I've seen when you see some animation videos they make with Blender, it is amazing software. But going into that thing, it's I think it would be like learning to mix death metal in Ableton. Yeah, GIMP. I never liked GIMP. I tried it. That's why I actually choose to pay Affinity. That kind of works similar. It has some limitations. Some stuff is a bit different, but actually there's YouTube channels actually treating Affinity. It's quite powerful, but for that stuff that I do, Affinity is way enough. I use an image. I do know how to do masking in it, like I recently did with the thumbnails and stuff like that. It's still not perfect, but I can find my way around. But I don't need to make crazy stuff like some people do with composites and yeah. And I tried DaVinci and it crashed quite a few times, and that I didn't really liked at all. Don't know why it did, but most photographers don't need Photoshop license. Yeah, and if you really do just digital photography, Lightroom was very. I used it when I was taking pictures. I mostly used just Lightroom. Photoshop just for very tiny itsy bitsy things. That's pretty much it. But Lightroom was. But there are alternatives. But they are a bit more quirky, different, and they might not look as pretty like the open source alternatives and stuff. So yeah. It's always, the thing is, what choice do they give us at what price and what options? So, and can you work with it? Like imagine just having in the audio world just one DAW. Like imagine like Pro Tools would have been so powerful and so, I don't know, like saying, oh, you want to record audio at home? There is no alternative than to use Pro Tools and our hardware, and you have to pay like $20,000 for it. I think the music world would look totally different if they had put it that way. So they could have done it. They could have said, okay, we are the software for the audio business. And yeah, you don't have even the right to make something kind of like any companies did after like Cubase and all the other digital audio workstations that came out. Imagine that Pro Tools would have said, no, we have the license for it. You don't have the right to make something like that. Or even said, oh, we acquired the MIDI standards. You can't write MIDI without Pro Tools, kind of thing. Imagine what would have happened. So, oh shit. Oh, but I want to record. Or you could still buy an old 8-track. So yeah, it's the options that they give us. It's like now we do have options. Like even if an Ableton Live user isn't happy about some things, or you want to even try a more advanced thing, he just grabs Bitwig. If a Cubase user is tired of some things, you could, I could use Reaper or that damn proprietary plugin format. Yeah, and VST, yeah, it's a nice working format, but we do know who owns it. That's why some little companies decided, we could do our own. Let's make Clap. Huh? Ooh. Concurrence, would say the French. Oh, there's something moving. And if they, like we said, if many more would follow, you could actually try to destroy the power of VST. And suddenly, if everybody, you have the option, Clap is better, Clap is cheaper, Clap is working, Clap is this, Clap is that, they would say, why not use that? Because the funny thing is, VST3 has been published when? It's quite some time that we do have 64-bit VST3 instruments, and I'm still waiting at Steinberg would say, we got a new improved VST4. Are they working on it? I don't know. Is there a need to VST4? Good question. The next DaVinci was, of course, very special for Firelight. It's totally different thinking. Training calls is excellent 1 week. Join DaVinci Girl doing. You used the beta version? No, I didn't actually. I never used beta versions. So, but I don't know why DaVinci Resolve was crashing on me. I tried to make a video and suddenly, boom. Oh, oops. And I don't do very sophisticated video edits. Maybe it was my old machine. I don't know. Maybe. Who knows? Could have been, but I don't know. It crashed a few times, and I said, nah. Could try something else, more open source that still works for me. So, yeah. Okay, I could actually close that. Let's close that. VST started in 96. Yeah, that's the good question when, because VST had 96. Can you imagine? I clearly remember when everybody was talking about VST. Wow, that was a revolution. Using plugins in your digital audio workstation, Cubase 3. Yeah, because I had from a friend Cubase 3 with VSTs, a lot of cracked stuff. But that was a revolution, and yeah, the question is, what comes next? Because, yeah, things evolve, and we do know that people like shiny new stuff. Men just try to wayfires, and Reaper can work excellently with DaVinci. Yeah, Reaper can even do video. I never tried it. So I know that John from the Reaper blog does all his video work in Reaper, but I don't know. I do I got the open thing here, the shortcut works fine for me for that thing that I'm doing. I even have the VSDC. The UI is a bit weird, and I'm always thinking learning it a bit and buying even the pro version, because the light version doesn't export to HD and stuff like that, so it has some limitations. But the UI is a bit weird. So, well, then shortcut is, yeah, it's a bit limited. It's a bit old school. Well, for just cute little videos, it's far enough. And Reaper has, when it comes to video, it has also, but the UI is, yeah, it's, I wouldn't do video edits in Reaper. It's like, I don't know. It's kind of using like shortcut. It's very limited when it compared to what can be done in video edits these days. Yeah, it's not the best idea to actually use it. So let's take a short break. I need some drinking stuff, and I need some chocolate. Let's be right back. Yee, back. Yeah, what Wilfried said. If I really would do sophisticated video work, I would actually use Apple system. Biscuit has leaves. Oh, see you tomorrow. Cheers, Biscuit. I might see each other somewhere around the ether. Sure. So, yeah. But, yeah, the video I do for my channel, I think what I have is enough, at least for the moment. And I had the free version, and, yeah, it was a bit of limitations with the effects and stuff. Yeah. And now I have to find out where. Edit effects beats. So you can. It's kind of a downside that you can't record, activate MIDI recording. Mark first beat in hosts. Yeah, it's kind of a downside that you can't edit the notes in here. That's a bit the downside. You can actually, if let's test something. Aha. So that you can do. Okay. you can edit them sort of. Yeah. I can record them. Yeah. But yeah. And then I can change the range and accent and stuff. Yeah, it is less sophisticated than like easy drum and stuff. So it doesn't have built-in sophisticated MIDI, because if you drag the pattern onto MIDI track, yeah, that's what I did, like here. And can we edit it at that point? You could actually, that's a way to do it. Like I take, for example, some of the presets here, drag it out, change it, and save it or drag it into the folder here, or the external MIDI folder here, and I could drag the changed MIDI file into that to make my own adjust MIDI, yeah. So that would be a way to, but I'm pretty bad at programming drums anyway, so I probably just drag out a preset and then change it. It is a way, yeah, could do it like that. So, but I do like the sound of it. I could have stayed with the one shot from Clevgrant, but I didn't even add other. You have other sounds that you can add. So I might grab some of them, but I don't think that I will in the future add another realistic drum. I wanted this one instead of the one, the groove agent from Steinberg. Someone said, yeah, I think it is a bit more advanced for the same price. Well, yeah, chose this one because it was on sale and it works for me. So if I win the lottery, I will grab the easy drummer. If I win, but yeah, I do have options. So yeah. So now I know how it works. So, let's try out. I wanted to play around a bit with the, where is it? This one. Hope it loads on the right place. Of course it doesn't. The lo-fi thing. I did see it in Viral Beats channel. It has like 250 presets. That's not weird. Styles. Like cut. Melodic. Down tempo. And I think since the update, Arturia improved, and that's actually a very, very good thing. Because I had some problems loading the preset, and I had it kind of laggy, but it actually, that one improved too, and how it loads. I like this one. Kinderbells. Ooh. I like that. Drone. Oh. Very nice. The downside is not sure if you can load your own samples. I don't know. Folders. Oh, that's good. You can load your own samples. Imagine if we... Let's test it. If I go in my samples... instead, now we'll choose... Let's go into my Media Explorer here. Go into the samples. And I will make a folder like Loop Cloud. And we call that Pure Lo-Fi. Let's test it. So make a folder and let's start. Oops. Let's go into my loop cloud here. Let's find a nice little sound here. Something. I'm gonna just export it. And then, where's my, let's go into the same folder here. Like in the samples. Export it, and then I'm going to put it in that folder. And then, oops. Let's see if it's working. And so, add folder. Haha. Samples. Select folder. Ha 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 ha. How good is that? I got a sample. Let's see, EQ. There's an EQ. Where can I? That's okay. I could actually, haha. That's a good investment. So instead of would need to, so that's an oscillator, and then you would actually use presets. But I don't see, haha. There it is. So yeah, you can add 2 samples. So we could actually, let's see. Some noise. Files and folders collecting noise. Could, for example, use this one. That's a noisy. Which noise? If I use this, okay. And then, I'm gonna copy this over and get rid of that string. let's use the add folder. Pure lo-fi. Let's add the synth. Haha. I'm good. And then I use the noise. Haha. No? Why didn't it? You were looking for the Gettys. I'm actually surprised how good it is. Because when they announced the V collection, I said, okay, is it worth upgrading? And I did get, when I'm checking the new thing, I did get, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 new plugins. If I count the augmented mallets, it's 6 new instruments for $150. That's a price I can live with when you know how much a plugin costs normally. When it's not on sale at Arturia, it's mostly over 100. Normally, I think it's 100, and depending on, sometimes it's a bit more. Of course, because one is actually just an upgrade. They did upgrade the SEM to version 3, who is, I think this one was already included in version 9. So for me, the newest is the Jupiter 8000, the Mini Brute, and the Synth X, and the Pure Lo-Fi. That's 4. And the advanced mallets, where I did only have the play. But this one makes it interesting because I can make my own presets with my own samples. That makes it very interesting. That's kind of when I have instruments that uses samples either as a base or as an addition to like oscillators and stuff like that, like in many instruments, because sometimes you get sample-based instruments where you can't edit anything. Why I was kind of disappointed when I got the first Excite audio instruments with the voices, you couldn't add your own samples. You just could work with those that came with the plugin. And I was asking the guys from Plugin Boutique, would it be actually interesting to have the possibility to include your own samples and make your own presets with it. And then he said, yes, they're working on it. And then this year, they actually upgraded all the range of the instruments, the drums, the voices and stuff, where you can add your own samples. And that makes them, for me at least, very interesting because, yes, I'm using Loop Clouds and I'm paying a subscription for it to grab a lot of samples. Then I can transform like I do with the HI plugins, like with the glitch machine range, like or loading into a TAL sampler or something like that, and not just be limited with a fixed preset where you can't edit anything. Like what made some Dawson plugins interesting with the resynthesis, like even Faceplant with the granular engine, Falcon, a bit complicated, but yeah. Who else? Minimal Audio has, yeah, you can't just use their own shit. That's kind of a downside. And then you got Pigments. Andy! Hello! Wait, I didn't use my sample today.
Hi.
Hello.
And that is what makes this kind of instruments interesting, where I can really do my kind of thing. And not just limited with the built-in stuff. Because I'm trying to actually learn how to make my own stuff. And I'm still at the point, not working with oscillators and stuff. First, yeah, I'm taking sample-based and then I'm transforming like in granular synthesizers and things like that. That makes it, oh, that's in, I can work with that, so. So if I take the loop mode, can I change? Ah, there, I can zoom in, but I can't. I need to change it like this. Over here. It's not a granular engine, but, and you can actually layer sounds. Ooh, yes. Ooh, yes. Layering. Interesting. Yeah, I was mentioning like tomophone, but tomophone, I still have to figure out the... I looked at the manual. The resynthesis isn't as sophisticated as like in the Dorsum, especially in the Miss and Cult. Because with tomophone, there is a method where we have to know which sound you're looking for, because it sounds metallic kind of thing. And the only plugin that still interests me to grab at some point, who does resynthesis in a way more advanced way, is the thing like Sumo and the plugins from Madrona Labs. And especially the Sumo, where you can, with a third-party free plugin, it's not a plugin, it's a standalone software where you actually do the resynthesis and trying to adapt the sound and then export it into Somo and then doing the granular stuff. And that is very advanced sound design. That's stuff I like. It's yeah, the Somo isn't cheap. I sadly did not grab it at the intro price, sadly. But the intro price wasn't that much cheaper. Yeah, it's $179, but I will demo it at some point and then decide to grab it. Because the other one is, yeah, there's a physical modeling, and the alto, and there is the Verta. I think it's kind of a patch tone voice, where I think you can add, it's voice based. I think you can record or load samples. So it turns voices and instruments into all kinds of wide sound command and loading the sound and then is high quality. Patchwork package, toolbox, input compressor, shift feedback delays, audio analyzer. It's designed to capture the nuances of human voice or other monophonic instruments. Will work just fine. So, Wilfried, there he is. Wilfried is doing multitasking here. And I made my own preset here. Wee. So that seems like a wavetable, I think. So it's a wavetable sample thing. Yes, because iPass is recharged. That's good. And there's an advanced tab. Ooh. Ooh. It kind of remembers me of the other stuff that they did. I still have to figure out the modulation in the Arturia plugins. Still have not figured that one out. So let's add more reverb to that. Very interesting. Aha, I see what I sometimes miss in some of their plugins. Okay, these are the macros, I think. I got this. Okay. I'm quite sure that Andy isn't. He's our drone master. Not sure if Andy would integrate Django music in his. I think that is a thing I would see, like Sean the Brassalizer. He has a kind of jazzy vibe to his stuff. He does. I only know Black Mountain Slide because Jimmy Page copied it. I really like this lo-fi plugin. Very. I didn't even try the other one. I like this one. Very much. Very much. Yes, me like. I'm not sure what they actually added in the SEM. Because, yeah. DMG. How you doing?
Hi.
Hello.
So I figured out how this one figured out more quickly than the addictive drums. But yes, I won't save it, but I know how it works. So that's a good thing to start out. There's a lot of stuff here. And let's clear all types. It's all kind of thing here. Andy, we got drones here. Oops. Very beautiful. Very nice. Yes, very nice. It's not enough for I'm gonna play like I could play like Kai Jürgen. I'm gonna play jazz. But Jensen called Black Waterside. Yeah, I actually know Django Reinhardt just by name. I'm not even sure that I actually heard maybe one song, maybe on the radio somewhere. I don't know. because you're playing jazz chords. Oh, oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm pretty good, pretty bad at this. Very nice. Oh, there's a delay in there. Ooh, that's interesting. It's very short notes. With MPE would even be way more interesting. But it has a pseudo. It has a very long delay. That's pretty cool. If you would change the attack a bit, or maybe the... Very interesting. I really like that one. I really... It's getting my favorite here. Is his solo sending another way? How it should sound in original, just with electric guitar. Wobbles. Yes. That's good for house music. You can't say, currently uploading my first video on YouTube. Here's a GeForce and D6 tuning reasons. Ooh, that's interesting. Not even sure if I have you. I might need to. Let me check. Need to find you. I think I found them. This world needs a hero. I hope I found the right channel. One with the nice interesting profile picture. Yeah, it is. Whee! Found them. I found them. So I actually have 400 tracks. 400 tracks? Musical and Cubase, no interest. It's not worth to do convention reaper, yeah. Conversion, yeah. But if you have, it's always changing into another DAW. I know that sometimes even like converting, especially if you have a lot of work done in other DAWs, switching is why I actually really decided to just stick with the stuff I have for the moment and not trying to. I had the same discussion because with the SOR team, I was almost getting to a point being influenced by people. See, I like to watch all kind of stuff. I like to watch people producing in software, hardware, whatever. As long as the music is pleasing to me, if I don't like the music, I wouldn't watch it anyway. But even if it's experimental, like sometimes you got certain tracks in the hardware jams that sometimes, oh my goodness, that's very experimental. But they have fun, I have fun. But I was getting to a point, getting interested in hardware. And I said, I started a bit of, okay, I could buy this and plan this and plan here, plan that. And when I actually got the money, I said, oh, let's buy a micro freak. And, I can't really play. So I'm just hitting some notes randomly. It might sound good, might sound pretty bad. And I don't, because of my fingers, it isn't easy to play, especially on the micro freak. So I still can use it sending MIDI out and doing these but I still have to find a nice preset or making my own stuff. But I was getting to the point, adding more, and I bought a table to actually prepare myself to do live jams. And suddenly it goes, okay, I don't really have the room. I got a power problem. And I was slowly getting, maybe that's not such a good idea. Because I was getting again to the point like I had with when I was watching Twitch. I was watching a lot of artists painting traditionally, digitally, and all kinds of stuff. I said, could pick up. I think it might be ADHD or something, I don't know. I'm getting it, I could try painting. And I was starting to buying shit, like papers and pencils and yes, I can draw a bit. I can't consider myself an artist. I always drawed something. I made photography, drawing and stuff. And I was investing in this and suddenly, maybe not. And suddenly, because I was just copying others, copying ideas, or even copying what they're doing. I said, that's not actually, and creating something from scratch wasn't really, and that was bad waiting, and I stopped, stop. And then I decided, I could instead go back making music. I started. So many members of the Reinhardt family in Neustadt here and got a lot of unpublished materials. Took them 2 years. Oh my goodness. I like this plugin very much. Yes, very much. Might one other time. Let's clone my loop card here. So, I'm not sure if I'm going to keep this track. It was just a test one. Because the drums might not work on everything, so yeah. I could actually just, I'm gonna delete this one. I'm actually going to delete everything. And maybe try just for a bit the the first maybe the mini brute. What I don't sometimes don't like, it's the UI. Let's see, the UI is it's already at 80. That's way too small. Oh my goodness. Yeah, 100. Yeah, 100 is too big. Almost too big. So all kind of things. Bells. I must say, these guys making presets for Arturia really know their craft, but it's sometimes you can actually find something that I don't like, but it's hard base. Wow. Oh my goodness. Damn. These guys know what they're doing. Nah. Lower it sounds better. Yeah. Oh yes. Acid. We could do an EDM, no, not EDM, but EBM. Oh yes. That's good for a good EBM beat. Oh my god. Oh yes. If you use that. Yes, very good. Very good. Not so good. Very good. There's all kind of stuff here. Pluck keys, evolving paths. Yeah, I can't say I did this time a bad investment, because I did sometimes do a lot of bad investments. Where I thought, oh, interesting plugin. Oh, it's on sale. Oh, let's buy it. Oh shit, it sounds like crap. Or sometimes you see, like, what happened. Oh, Serum 2 is out. Oh, interesting. Oh, it can do granular. Oh, interesting. Oh, yeah, it's nice. And I actually installed a demo. It sounds pretty interesting. Let's go. Now everybody's using it. It's starting to say, yeah, really? And then I see it, yeah. When I was watching, I think it was Dash doing a video about the granular engine. I said, okay, interesting, yes. But if I now open Faceplant, and I even tried it, okay, add one granular, add a second one, add a third one, and layering, like, my only limitation would be my CPU. How far can you go? I like Serum, that's 2. Or 3. I think it can load 2. Or 3. I think it's 3. Pigments can only do 2. It's already limitations, especially on the granular, because it's, yeah, very CPU intensive. But Faceplant handles it a bit better. So, yeah, investing like $200 even at the intro price for Serum 2, and then knowing, well, yet another one, and then it keeps on rusting on my hard drive. So it's like, yeah, not this time, folks. You can have your Serum 2. I'm not interested, because those, what I already had, are pretty good. Even, I would even say better. There's some, there's a sequencer, yeah. There's a sequence in Pigments. There's that kind of gate sequence in Faceplant. They actually kind of, there are people who were asking for a sequencer built in Faceplant. So who knows, that might still come. That would be very interesting, because when they introduced the granular engine, that was, oh yes, very good, and sounds pretty amazing. Adding a sequencer, oh yes. So I know why many people, many YouTube channels feature Serum 2. Yes, because they actually had the upgrade from version 1 for free. They didn't pay for it. Yeah, they waited like 10 years to actually get an update. Well, I don't know how long, because, you know, Serum has been out for so long. Until, suddenly an update. And yeah, everybody's featuring it because the upgrade was free. Like, I had 5 upgrades at Pigments for free. But yeah, paying like, the intro price is 180. Well, that's a lot of money. And not on the intro price. And we do know that Xfer doesn't do sales. Yeah, that's 250. Nah, no thanks. You can't keep it. So for those who don't have Serum 2 It's up to you to decide if you really would grab it. I don't. I had the demo and got rid of it, and because I could have taken the route of getting it in rent to own at Splice, and I tried it. I did reinstall the Splice app and suddenly discovered, damn, that Splice app is an absolute nightmare. It lags, it doesn't work, and you said, you know what, you can't keep it. And I don't know if you actually heard, Splice acquired Spitfire. So if you... There's still two different companies in one big brand now, like in music and like what happened with Native Instruments. But yes, today Splice acquired Spitfire. So apparently there's not much changing, they said. So if there's no interest and it makes no sense to put work on it, it's no harm to switch to Reaper. We have Reaper just for sound design or audio wave files. Yeah, the thing is, if Wilfried, if you have already something like Cubase if you have Reaper, just use the thing you are used, because I'm not forcing anybody using Reaper or any DAW. I'm just streaming to babble around and ranting or whatever. So, yeah. And making noises with interesting plugins. So. I'm not here to sell anything to anybody. I just want to have a bit of fun. So, yes, and now we're going to wrap it up because we're going to join some other streamers. I think Hardware Jam is streaming today, so I might check that one. And there's still a lot of things to explore. And yeah, your video drops in 1 hour. That's good. I subscribed your channel. Reaper just works, talking which need to shoot off and get some practice in. Practice, Andy. I'm going offline and online again with I'll watch some stream and eat some chocolate and relax a bit. And yes, same time tomorrow. And yeah, let's see if I can do. I'm gonna explore. Actually, I still need to explore the Jupiter and the SEM and the Synth X, because I almost bought Synth X when it came out at the intro price. You know, I would have paid like 29 euros, and I said, you know what? Let's just wait and see what they actually come up next time. Let's wait on the upgrade on. Well, actually, I'm happy that I did wait. So, yeah. Thanks for watching, and yeah, let's see us normally tomorrow, because yeah, on Thursday, Friday, I might going to do longer ones because yeah, I'm at home doing not much. Cheers, and until next time. We said
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
wee. Oops, forgot to put the N here.